We are told there is only one bridge to a meaningful life, one path paved with expensive paper, prestigious names, and a debt that follows you like a shadow. But in the quiet corners of the world, a new breed of architect is rising. They have no degrees, no titles, and no permission. Yet, they are building the future. Today, the world is split in two. Those who wait to be taught, and those who teach themselves. The question is, which one are you? And more importantly, which one will survive the decade? The debate between formal education and self-teaching is no longer just about a job it is, about the sovereignty of your soul. We live in an era where information is infinite, but wisdom is scarce. One route offers a map, the other offers a compass. One gives you a net, the other teaches you how to weave one from scratch. Before we explore the emotional and intellectual battle between these two worlds, I invite you to join our circle. If you are a seeker who believes that learning never ends and that wisdom is the ultimate currency, subscribe to WiseTalez. Click the notification bell. Join the tribe of the intentional. Let's decode the architecture of your future together. Imagine two brothers, Julian and Leo. They grew up in the same house, shared the same dreams, but looked at the horizon through different lenses. Julian chose the sacred halls. He walked into a prestigious university with the weight of 1,000 expectations on his shoulders. For Julian, education was a sanctuary. He wanted the structure. He wanted the invisible hand of a professor to guide his thinking. He wanted the validation of a grade. To him, the degree was more than paper. It was a shield against the uncertainty of the world. He was paying for a legacy, a network, and a sense of belonging to a tradition. Then there was Leo. Leo was the ghost. He looked at the price tag of Julian's sanctuary and felt a cold shiver. Instead of a classroom, Leo chose the digital wilderness. He had a cheap laptop, a library card, and a hunger that kept him awake until 4 a.m. Leo didn't want to be taught. He wanted to find out. He didn't want a grade. He wanted a result. While Julian was studying the history of the engine, Leo was in a garage with grease under his fingernails, taking the engine apart. There is a profound beauty in formal education, the mentorship, the shared struggle, the deep dive into theory. But for a US audience living in the 2020s, there is also a hidden cost that goes beyond money. It is the cost of conformity. Julian began to realize that the sanctuary was also a box. He was learning how to pass tests, not how to solve problems. He was following a curriculum designed 10 years ago for a world that no longer exists. The emotional weight of student debt began to crush his creativity. He couldn't take risks because he was paying for the right to be there. He was becoming a masterpiece of someone else's design. This is the trap of the formal route. Sometimes, by the time you get the paper, the world has already moved the goalposts. Leo, on the other hand, was facing a different kind of darkness. Self-teaching is not a hack. It is a grueling, lonely war against your own discipline. There were nights when Leo felt like a fraud, without a professor to tell him he was doing well. He was drowning in imposter syndrome. He had no safe zone. Every mistake was his fault. Every day he didn't work was a day he didn't grow. The world looked at him and asked, "Where's your proof?" He had no shield, no institution to hide behind. This is the emotional price of the self-taught route. You have to build your own foundation while standing on it. You are the teacher, the student, and the critic all at once. 5 years later, the world changed. A global shift forced everyone into the digital wilderness. Julian, with his degree, felt lost. He had been taught what to think, but not how to pivot. He was waiting for instructions that never came. Leo, however, was already a creature of the wilderness. He had been pivoting every day for 5 years. He didn't need a curriculum because his life was the curriculum. He knew how to find the answer when there was no teacher. This is the winner, as secret in the modern age. The ability to learn is more valuable than the knowledge itself. Formal education gives you the what, but self-teaching gives you the how. So, who wins? If you look closely, the greatest minds in history, the ones we talk about on WiseTalez, didn't choose one. They chose both. The most successful individuals are those who have the discipline of the scholar and the hunger of the hacker. They take the structure of formal education and apply it to the freedom of the self-taught world. This is the hybrid soul. If you are in school right now, don't just be a student, be a secret self-teacher. Use the resources, but build your own engine on the side. And if you are self-taught, don't just wing it. Be a secret scholar. Create your own curriculum. Find your own mentors, and hold yourself to a standard higher than any university ever could. The winner is not the person with the most degrees, nor the person with the most YouTube certificates. The winner is the person who never stops being curious. The person who understands that the invisible architect of their life is their own willingness to be a beginner every single day. Why does this matter for your spirit? Because your mind is a garden. Formal education is like a professional landscaping service. It looks beautiful. It's organized, but it's someone else's vision. Self-teaching is like planting the seeds yourself. It's messy. There are weeds, but every bloom is yours. In the US today, we are obsessed with credentialism. We think a title makes the man. But wisdom tells us that character is built in the dark, when no one is grading you and no one is watching. Whether you are in a lecture hall or a bedroom with a laptop, the quality of your life is determined by your internal standard. Do not let a lack of a degree make you feel small, and do not let the possession of a degree make you feel finished. If you have stayed with Julian and Leo until this moment, it means you are standing at a crossroad. Maybe you feel the pressure to go back to school, or maybe you feel the fear of trying to learn something new on your own. Know this: the paper will fade, and the digital files will be deleted. The only thing that remains is the person you became while you were trying to learn. The struggle is the teacher. The curiosity is the root. You are the architect. The hidden cost of waiting to be taught is that you might wait forever. The hidden reward of teaching yourself is that you realize you can learn anything, even how to be happy, even how to be free. I want to ask you a question that might reveal your true path. If all the degrees and titles in the world disappeared tomorrow, what would you still be curious enough to study? Tell me that one thing in the comments. By naming it, you are identifying your true passion, the thing that no institution can give you and no debt can take away. Type "I am the architect" if you are committing to your own growth today. Subscribe to WiseTalez. We don't just share stories, we explore the roots that lead to the soul. Stay wise. Stay real.